Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM Theory grades. We're cracking on through grade 3. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find access to free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4. And there's information in these sheets which will accompany each step of this series. On my website you'll also find a page which links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. If it is that you're working towards actually taking this exam, I have written a book, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best make use of the preparation time leading up to the exam, and then also how to best make use of the time when you're actually sitting in the exam room and taking the exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab, and subscribe to my channel. There's loads more, and so to stay updated, and there's loads in the pipeline. I'm really enjoying this and I hope that you are too. And so let's press on, and we're continuing with section H, which is dealing with all of the keys, major and minor, that we've dealt with so far. If you turn in your workbook to page 24, we're now going to do a little bit more practice on scales, major and minor scales, and key signatures relating to those. Now, section H in the PDF document gives you the opportunity to test yourself after a little bit of revision, because it's using all of the information that we've covered so far in all of grades 1, 2 and 3 and all of those major and minor scales. And the information that you need is referred back to in section F. So you can also turn to section F to find those related keys that we need to know. I did say in a previous video, and I'll reiterate, that it's really important that you need a flexible working knowledge of all of these major and minor keys. And so if you access a video that I've done explaining how to create a list understanding the progression of these key signatures, it's called the circle of fifths, and it really helps you to just get to grips with how these keys work together and flow. So do look at that video. You'll find the link in the cards and also in the description below. And so we're going to press on now with exercise 24, and you can keep accessing all of this information on section F. And I suggest that after I've just explained how this exercise works, you try some of these on your own and keep referring back to the information on section F in the PDF, and then come back into the video and I'll help you to work out how to address these exercises. If you've made some mistakes, it doesn't matter. You can try one or two, pop back into the video, double check yourself, and then when you've learned from your mistakes, you can move on to the next ones. You haven't got to do the whole lot. You can try them one at a time and keep popping back into the video. And so let's look what this exercise requires us to do. It can only ever be using the same information that we've learned so far, but it might ask us to do different things. So now it's asking us to actually name the key. So we're going to have to do a bit of detective work to find out what's going on. Then we've got to rewrite the whole extract, rewrite each melody, but we've got to add a key signature. We've got to remove any accidentals that are now covered by the key signature. But sometimes some accidentals will still also need to be added. So there may be 4 aspects to this question. And so the first part of this is naming the key. And we do that by looking for some clues. So as you look through here, sometimes the clue will be the absence of something rather than the presence of something. At the moment we've got an A flat here, and we've got an E flat here. Now in any key signature that has an A flat and an E flat, there should be a B flat. However, here we've got some B's that are not flattened, and so that implies that they've been cancelled out by a natural. And when you've got a natural cancelling out part of your key signature, it can only be that it's the raised 7th. So the B flat has been raised, and that would be because it's the raised 7th. So if B is the 7th, the 8th or the octave is C, and so we know that we're in C minor, which would have a key signature of B flats, E flats and A flats. So we no longer need to add the A flat and the E flat because they are now in our key signature, but we need to make sure that this B remains as a natural, and so we have to add a natural sign to show that that B flat is cancelled and it's a raised 7th. So sometimes we've got to be careful to see what's missing rather than what's just there. And so if you want to, you can try the next one. And I'm just going to go through this next one. You can either work through this first one with me just to gain a little bit more confidence, or you can try it yourself and then come back and double check your answers. So I'm just plotting out all the necessary nuts and bolts. Let's do everything we can. I'll just sharpen my pencil a bit. Let's do everything we can before we need to actually switch our brain on. I'm going to leave a gap for a moment, and I'm not going to put the key signature until the time signature until I've put the key signature in, so I know I'm not going to run out of room. So let's see what clues we've got in this exercise. We're in bass clef, so we've got an F sharp here. We've got a C sharp here. We've got an A sharp. We've got another F sharp here. And another A sharp here. Now it's not possible to have a key signature of F, C and A sharps. If ever there's an A sharp, it's got to have also F, C, G, D and A. So that A sharp doesn't fit with a key signature. So F sharps and C sharps can be together on a key signature, but this A sharp is an anomaly, oh, tricky word, that needs to be explained in another way. And the only other way we can explain this A sharp is as our raised 7th, as an accidental. And so if A is our 7th, the 8th or the octave is B. And so B minor would have a raised 7th of A sharp. So we know that we're in B minor. And B minor has a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. So that makes sense. So I'll do that now. And then this A sharp will be an accidental to show our raised 7th. And so now all you've got to do, I'm forgetting the time signature now. Let's just budge that along a bit. Now all you've got to do is copy the blobs to begin with. So let's just copy the blobs. That's the technical term, I should say note heads. Now that C sharp is in the key signature. I'm not going to think about any of these sharps at the moment. Let's just get the notes in and then we can do the thinking afterwards. There we go. I'll do the stems. Just copy what they've done for the stems. Use a ruler by all means if you feel like it's not working and it's getting a bit too messy. I'm just trying to be quick here. Nearly there. Dotted. Okay, and so the F sharps aren't needed because they're in the key signature. The C sharps aren't needed because they're in the key signature, but the A sharp is needed because that's our raised 7th. So we just need to put those two sharps in. There we go. Okay, so hopefully you've gained a bit of confidence now and you can try this next one on your own. You can go ahead and try the rest of the page by all means, or you can just try them one at a time and come back each time to double check what you're doing. So I'm not going to keep referring to this sheet. I'll just presume that you've done that and I'll charge on through and work these through with you. So I hope you just press pause and have a go on your own. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. You can always erase it. It's better to learn by your mistakes. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this. So we're on exercise 2B. I'm hoping that you've had a go of this on your own. And so we'll have a look at this together now. We've got a B flat, and an F sharp. Now it's not possible to have flats and sharps in a key signature, and the only way we can explain the presence of a sharp when we're in a flat key signature is to know that this is our raised seventh. So if F is the seventh, G is the eighth or the octave, and we're in G minor. Now G minor has a key signature of B flats and E flats, and so it looks like something's gone a little bit awry here because we haven't got any E flats, but actually if you just look closely at the music, the only reason we've got no E flats is simply because there's no note E in the melody to flatten, so it still has to be in the key signature to show our tonal base, because, you know, next bar there may well be an E flat. So just because it's not there in this little part of the extract doesn't mean it doesn't need to be in the key signature. And so just need to copy out all the notes. So let's quickly get those note heads in. This is the nice bit where we don't have to think. In fact, we can even put our sharp in now because we know that's going to need to be an accidental because it can't be part of the key signature. We don't need any flats now because that B flat is in our key signature, so that's taken care of. And so we're just copying. Get stems in place. I'll do exactly as they've done. Here we go. By all means use a ruler, I'm just trying to be quick. Ooh, a bit too quick there. Just so you're not watching me copying out information that doesn't need much thought. There we go, so we've got a key signature of B flats and E flats, so that means these B flats are taken care of. There are no E's, so that's why that's not there, and we've got our raised seventh. Let's have a go at this next one. So if you've not already had a go at this, do press pause and try this one. Try it on your own. It's better to learn by your own mistakes. I know I keep saying that, but it really is the case, and it doesn't matter. You can always erase it and try again. Don't press on too hard, and then if you have to rub anything out, it's easy to redo it. So let's see what clues we've got. We've got a C sharp, a G sharp, F sharps, another F sharp, an E sharp, F sharp, G sharp. G sharp, we've already done that, don't need to keep writing it. G sharp, F sharp, E sharp. So we've got F, C, G sharps and E sharps. That's our anomaly here because it's not possible to have a key signature of E sharps without all the other sharps that go before it. F, C, G, D is our key signature, not F, C, G, E. So that E sharp can only be explained as a raised seventh. So if E sharp is our raised seventh, our eighth is F sharp. We've got to go a whole step higher. It's not F, it's F sharp. So we're in F sharp. Oh, I suppose I could just use the sign. F sharp minor, which would have a key signature because it's related to A major. It would have a key signature of F, C, G, so that makes sense, F, C, G. The E sharp will be always as an accidental to show the raised seventh. And so now we've just got lots of blobs, there's lots of semiquavers, 16th notes, so it's quite a busy piece of music. So it takes a bit of copying out, but this is the easy bit, you don't have to think. We could pop this E sharp in straight away, we might as well, we know it needs doing. F sharp and G sharp are in the key signature, so that's not necessary now. Tie, G sharp's in the key signature, G sharp's in the key signature, so is the F sharp, but the E sharp needs to be added as an accidental. There we go. Use a ruler by all means. I think I may have to do so in this case. Because I'm right-handed, I find it really difficult to do it neatly going down bank that way. I think I'll just make that a bit longer. There we go. More haste, less speed, I think, as my gran used to say. Copy the stems exactly as they've done. There's no thinking here. This is the nice easy bit. See, I'm okay going up bank because I'm right-handed. There we go. It's gone a bit askew, I think, really. You'd probably need to take a little bit more care than I here. There we go. Okay, last one on this section, then we'll come back to this in the next video after this. So let's see what clues we've got. We've got a G sharp, we've got a B sharp. So straight away that should tell you there's something a little awry there. We've got a C sharp, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp we've already said, F sharp, G sharp. So we've got F sharp and C sharp and G sharp with a B sharp. So B sharp can only be explained as a raised seventh. It's not possible to be in this key signature because it's F, C, G, D sharp. It should be. It's always got to be in that particular grouping. So that must be the raised seventh. So if B sharp is the seventh, the eighth or the octave is C sharp. So we're in C sharp minor. And so C sharp minor is related to E major and it's got a key signature of 4 sharps, F, C, G, D. Be careful of your placement, it's always written in that pattern on those particular points. And so the only reason we've not got a D sharp in this little extract here, it's not because it shouldn't be in the key signature, it's just simply because there are no Ds in this little part of the music to require sharpening. Next bar there could well be a note D, and so we have to include it in the key signature to be accurate to show that tonal base. So let's just get this mapped out. Again, we've done all the thinking now. So let's just get the copying. So we might as well put the B sharp straight away because we know we need that. You can add it afterwards if you like. G sharp is already in the key signature, so is the F sharp. Don't need that. E, F sharp's key signature, G sharp's key signature. So we just need that one B sharp as an accidental. And that's it. Just got to finish drawing it out, but we've done all the thinking now. There we go. I hope that's been helpful to you. We'll have another crack at this in the next video. If you can give me a like, that would be fab. I hope that's been helpful to you. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. If you can subscribe to my channel, there's loads more in store, so stay updated. And please do visit sharonbill.com. There's lots there to help you on my website. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.